Hi there, sign of Scorpio. This is Kim here to do a reading for you. It's going to be for your next 48 hours. Can you see the, I guess you can see the candle. I hope you can. Here, put it down a little bit. Okay, so, yeah. So we're going to get into this deck. This is the Sacred Spirits, I believe, deck. It is Sacred Spirit reading cards. Sacred Spirit reading cards. Let me keep that book out. We're going to do a reading of what you need to love, what you need to embrace, what you need to let go of in the next 48 hours. That's the reading. Thanks for joining. Please subscribe so you'll be notified for future ones. This is what you should love. What you should love. What you should love. The devil. I'm just kidding. The secret temptation. You should love the dark side because it's only dark when you haven't shown your light on it. Then it dissolves. It runs away. It never meets up with you when you want to confront it head on. It will never meet up with you. It will be too scared and it will run away. That's what darkness does. It's passive. You can create it with, you know, thoughts and your energy and what you do. It's just not a very smart energy. You can always outwit it when you shine the light. Light is all the information that you need and more. So, secret temptation, love, it says being led astray. Why are we to love this? Let me look in the book and see. Here you go. So, you know what? Put that right there so you can really see that. 31. I think it's talking about loving the shadow, personally. But, secret temptation. Accept your choices. Ooh. Okay. This could be choices that resulted from our shadow side of lack of impulse control, addiction, or deception. So it's ultimately a temptation. How do you cope with these things? What is your strategy to cope? That's what you should be looking at, are your coping mechanisms. And that is how you love it, is you shed light on it and you find ways to work with it. If it's going to happen, we don't ignore it, pretend that we don't have it because of being afraid to even talk about it. It says, right now, the truth is yet to be revealed. Be cautious in lending any goods you wish to have returned, as deception is around every corner. So it says professional assistance might be required too, as far as a suitable health practitioner. Self-mastery here, and you need to love making positive choices for yourself. I continue to make positive choices and I free my emotional burden. Yeah, those choices come with consequences. We all know that. And sometimes you get to a point where those consequences are bigger than you having to go through the mess. So you just don't want to go through this big mess. I understand that. It would be a shadow side of yourself accepting this, whatever this is. Loving, not just accepting. Loving means you also are going to shine the light on it. Lead the way. Lead the way. The Deer. Light your own path. Michael Jordan's number 23. And I associate it with the Page of Pentacles. So, brand new opportunity, new adventures awaits. Says, listen to yourself and light your own path. Previously, you may have appeared to be naive and innocent, creating vulnerable situations. In life, sometimes we face potential threats or confrontations. Sometimes we can't avoid these things. And like the deer, they're saying you can have the ability to really quickly react to whatever comes in. You see how the antlers are receiving information and energies long before it actually happens. And that is also your message, that you're also getting messages, and like we channel for this reading, you know, it's for your spirit guides, your higher self. The intention is good. So angels, so light the way, Scorpio, light the way. And of course, what you put your mind to, you know, you don't quit. It's your Scorpios. Well, expansion. Let go. So surrendering and letting go is going to help you expand. It says educate your mind and the senses. Yes, you are expanding. All right. I think I'm going to do the good tarot. Let me look in 16 is sometimes surrender to a tower moment, since it's you know, kind of like the tower too there. Things get disassociated. So feeling like you're fragmented. Trauma can do this sometimes to our minds, where if something really crazy happens, or I mean just trauma, something that was traumatic, it's such a state of shock that we feel like we're now disassociated from our quote normal self. But I guess part of that key is just knowing that there really was no normal. There never was. It's the trauma to deal with. So we surrender to what's happening if it's a universal thing. You know what I'm saying? Like if it feels like there's a God's pull on something, you're letting it happen here. So you're learning through life experiences, and I feel like letting go of those past experiences is probably big. Yeah, clinging to old and past experiences restricts a person's ability to grow. Yep. And this is what you're supposed to let go of. So yeah, let go of restriction. Let go of anything discouraging, and open up to expansion. My mind is open and I learn new information easily. All right, now we will use the good tarot to kind of, we'll get one clarification from the tarot for each card. And I mean, the cards themselves have a lot of really good imagery in them, right? It looks like that is going to keep on. Like maybe you were the one that pried this apart at first, this soul in the middle of this, but it looks hot, and it looks like you've stretched out as far as you can to one point, and then it will just keep going. Looks like it just keeps going, keeps getting bigger and hotter, more passion. What's the secret temptation about? What should you love? Nine of Air. I feel like it's like this, so I'll let you look at it. The Nine of Air is okay, if you're being tempted, then you have a shadow side, right? That we all have. We all have shadow sides. Part of that shadow side can cause you to have self-doubt, can cause you to doubt your own confidence and your own abilities. It can make you feel disassociated with what you want by these negative thoughts with the Nine of Air. So this is an issue where you feel like maybe, and it might be like depression or anxiety or something. There's a state of mind that we're going to have to accept those negative thoughts in, but let them go right out. That's how we love them. That's how we love the shadow and the darker sides of ourselves, is we accept it. And then we transmute it into something really beautiful. So what's going to come out of this is, even if there were sleepless nights, dealing with the emotions and then letting them go, like actually processing the emotions and feeling them, is the way to get through that. And to just let negative thoughts go on past you. That's how you deal with it. That's how you come up to a solution. You could start off feeling like you can't do anything, and then you realize that some of this is just energies influencing your thinking. Anything that's negative, anything that involves fear, that's not yours. So you must love it and send it on its way. All right, lead the way. Light your own path. Lead the way. Light your own path. 5 of Earth. Ooh. Accept temporary hardships and temporary financial strain. Could be worry about a health issue or about a family's health issue. Could be waiting on those results. You know what I mean? Any kind of really tense time where we're kind of in transition in a way. Always feeling like we're in transition. It is that heightened alert. So have your senses heightened. Your senses will be heightened, I mean, and then have you have the ability to kind of leave and retreat at a moment's notice if you need to. I don't know what that's about, but it does kind of tell me that these are temporary, and so my message passed on to you is more so about letting you know that this is a very temporary situation, so you can rest assured in that. But they do want you to be on alert. Sometimes these situations do bring that energy just in for us. This will distract you from being on alert and getting out and through these changes that are normal, that are natural. Okay, so accepting the difficulty brings in solutions. All right, 16, expansion of what we're to let go of. The 8 of Earth. Let go of how things are going to work out. And for something to work, it has to do about your work. Surrendering or letting go. I feel like it's to the passion in your work. Letting go of your work. Don't take your work home with you too. If there's other people around you, I feel like I'm getting the message that other people at work might be, you might be feeling the energy of some really anxious people. So don't take that energy home with you. You're expanding something with your work. Maybe surrendering or letting go on how to do that, or being obsessed with that expansion, like it's got to grow, it's got to grow, it's got to grow. You know what I mean? Instead of being so hard on yourself, like letting go of something having to be successful the way that you determine successful. If you're having fun and you're passionate, then you're doing it the right way, and that is successful, if you get what I'm saying. And you are successful then, no matter what the income is. All right, guys, I'm going to pull something from the musical oracle or the playlist oracle, and then I'm going to wrap up your reading. This was the next 48 hours. It'll be fine. Click subscribe, and you can get some more messages every 48 hours, pretty much. Artist, Snow Patrol, Chasing Cars. We'll do it all, everything on our own. We don't need anything or anyone. If I lay here, if I just lay here, would you lie with me and just forget the world? And Aaliyah, I love Aaliyah. Aaliyah, are you that somebody? Boy, I've been watching you like a hawk in the sky that fly, but you were my prey. Boy, I promise if we keep bumping heads, I know that one of these days we're going to hook up, probably talk on the phone, but see, I don't know if that's good. Are you that somebody? Tell me, are you that someone? $18, you are both open-minded and open-hearted, and your ambition is to leave this world better than you found it. Ensure your goals are aligned with the collective need and the highest good of all. I am kind-hearted. 2 9s, double release the expectations. All right, sending you love and light. Bye, Scorpio.